And we are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here, Eric Rodriguez, every Monday night live on the GSMC Sports Network, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, here to talk about the greatest thing in the world, professional wrestling. We talk about all the action inside and outside the ring, backstage curtain calls, all the rumors, all the dramas, all the conspiracy theories. We talk about inactive statuses among superstars and injury updates. We have contract negotiations, extensions, and new signings we talk about on this show. We talk about promotions like WWE to AEW to TNA to Ring of Honor to the NWA if it makes major news in the world of professional wrestling. We talk about it here on this show. So make sure you guys, Superman, punch that like and subscribe button and enjoy one of the best wrestling podcasts in wrestling news media. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that cocky. But, I definitely want you guys to feel absolutely, don't be shy. Drop your thoughts inside that chat. And, this is our show. This is definitely our show. All right. So, like I was saying, this segment is me coming up with a fantasy basketball team of no one but WWE women's superstars. Recently, over the weekend, I watched a lot of NCAA men's and women's hoops. And, while I was watching it, I was like, man, these women are absolute, they're monsters on the court. They're phenomenal. They're exciting to watch. I definitely feel like a lot of these players are going to be drafted to the WNBA, and it's going to be absolutely badass. It's going to be great. It's going to be super beneficial for the product that the WNBA ultimately is. I know it's still a growing company. Obviously, with that addition of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, they had a nice little feud. But I feel like WNBA is on the map. They have a lot of great, intricate players who are absolute ballers. And, I noticed that on the court. I was like, man, these girls are absolutely impressive. They blew me away. The way that they're able to kind of transition on offense, the way they kind of hold up on defense. Like these girls, they go hard on the paint, man. Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely exciting. These amazing athletes do deserve some recognition. But I kind of got thinking a little bit. I was like, man, some of these girls could be WWE superstars. And then I thought vice versa. I was like, you know what? I wonder if WWE women's stars could lace up their Nikes or whatever, or Jordans, whatever you want to call them, and actually hold their own on the hardwood. So I did a little bit of research. I was like, I found a couple of WWE superstars who had played basketball, like in high school and in college. I think there's only one from the WNBA we're going to talk about. But no, I'm super excited to talk about who could definitely hoop up with some of the best teams in the WNBA or the NCAA women's bracket. Obviously, I thought they would be able to. No, actually, you know what? Maybe. But, there would have to be an awesome strategy involved. There would have to be, definitely some practice to kind of develop some chemistry. Because you can't fake chemistry. You know what I mean? Chemistry is nothing that you can really, what is it? You can't really teach it. So you can't really run, practice skill drills on chemistry. The only thing that's going to establish chemistry is, being around the same players in the long run. But, I definitely hope the team that I create will at least, maybe get within 10 or 20 points. I'm just kidding. No. So obviously we're going to go out with the head coach. We have the head coach. We have Candice Michelle. Candice Michelle played varsity and college basketball before she joined the WWE. And assistant head coach Jazz. Jazz was actually, she played professional basketball in high school, earning a scholarship to college. So she was pretty badass on the court. She was pretty damn good. Obviously, to earn a scholarship, you kind of have to be. And then we're going to go to the fitness conditioning coach. Trainer, I guess you could say. Victoria, she studied biology at UCLA and medicine at Loma Linda. And, she has a healthcare background, so I feel like she would be a great conditioning coach for the team. And then she has an assistant, Ariana Grace. Ariana Grace also majored in biology, so, definitely nice to have an assistant there. Someone who knows what they're doing. Biology, if you don't know, is the study of the human body. So, you got to know a thing or two about, if someone's dehydrated or someone pulled a muscle or, all these other things that, WNBA or, women's basketball players, overall deal with. So we're starting out at guard. I have Kaden Carter. Kaden Carter, she has a basketball background, and just the way she moves inside the ring is absolutely electric. I can imagine her kind of being like a, kind of like a Steph Curry, kind of weave in and out of the defense to hit an easy layup, but maybe kind of be a deep under the radar, a deep threat. All right, in shooting guard, obviously this is she's like going to be our main. She's going to be our main star here. Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill, she talks the trash. She has intensity. She's physical. When she attended Sebastian River High, she was a team MVP, averaging 18.6 points per game and 8.3 rebounds. And then she also attended Vero Beach High. Both those teams actually did won 2 district championships under her, basically being an MVP. On her Vero team, she was MVP, and she was conference player of the year, averaging 21.2 points, 13.2 rebounds, 6.2 steals a game. So, she's pretty badass. She's going to be the star. It's going to be the star of our team. Jade is going to kick some ass and take some names, and she's going to be the ace in the hole. All right, going on to the forwards. We have forwards. We're going to talk about Tamina. She was still featured on the WWE page, so I was like, all right, so she's going to play for the team. She went to, she was a top rebounder for her team. Although she wasn't the best at scoring, her defense ultimately won her the MVP. When she went to the NWAACC tournament in the finals, she won MVP basically based on her defense, which is cool. Usually, stars, they don't get that recognition, but a defensive player, I feel like Tamina could still definitely kick some ass. Other forward, we got Bayley. Bayley, obviously, she's a b-baller. She's a baller. She's good. She was actually featured at the Celebrity All-Star game, and I think she had an assist. Did she score a point? I didn't watch. No, I watched bits and pieces of it, but I didn't see her kick some ass. She was on the b-ball team on Independent High School in San Jose, California. She made varsity as a sophomore. Her senior year, she was deemed the El Capitan. So obviously, I feel like that's pretty badass. And then sitting in the center, we have Lash Legend, the former WNBA draft pick. Definitely, gotta love and respect. Lash Legend. In 2019, she was a second round draft pick for the WNBA. She went to Mississippi State. She set an NCAA tournament record for having 27 rebounds in a single game back in 2016. And, the way you see her in WWE just absolutely dominate inside the ring, she would be a steady, stable piece inside the offense. She would be an absolute ball. She probably still got it, man. Probably still got it. All right, moving on to reserves. Reserves, obviously, we have Nia Jax, who played in Palomar College, San Marcos. She played in college. So, she's going to be definitely being on the team 1,010%. Raquel Rodriguez, she was All-Valley MVP back in 2009 playing basketball. She won a scholarship playing basketball to play for A&M Kingsville. So you know that this girl's a baller. You see her, like I said, inside the ring, she looks like she could literally hold her own. She feels, imagine driving to the rim and trying to get through Raquel Rodriguez would be like I wouldn't do it. I would never do it. That would be kind of crazy. All right, and the WWE NIL Next in Line program, we have the twins Haley and Hannah. I'm going to say this wrong. Cavinder. They're, like I said before, WWE NIL superstars. They're going to put the WWE Women's Tag Team Division back on the map. I know a lot of people are, you see twins, you think of the Bella Twins, maybe like a revamped version. But I feel like they would, maybe be, not that I'm not saying Nikki and Brie weren't obviously different generations. It's kind of like, kind of debating the GOAT between LeBron James and Michael Jordan, In contemporary WWE, these women would be absolutely impressive. Instead of joining their 5th year and final year playing basketball in college, they signed a contract with WWE. Right now, they're in the NIL, and according to reports, it seems like they're kicking ass, taking names, they're doing great. Obviously, wishing nothing but the best for these 2 young athletes. Next, we have Jada Parker. Jada Parker is in our list of reserves in LSU. She did play soccer, you know, and then she was part of the USA U17 national soccer team. So she has some she has some capabilities there. She has some athleticism in there, and her cousin was Jason Caffey, who played for the Chicago Bulls during the Jordan era, when he actually won 2 rings. So like, come on, man. If if your cousin used to play on the Bulls, then he probably knows Michael Jordan, maybe sat on the same seat as Michael Jordan, and then kind of maybe got some of that Mike secret stuff. I don't know if any of you guys watched the first ever Space Jam where Michael Jordan has the it was just water. And then Bugs Bunny was like, "Oh, Mike's secret stuff," and then like everybody kind of like they got all buff and they started being super good at basketball. So I'm not saying maybe Jada Parker got her hands on that drink and she's gonna kick some ass and take some names, but maybe she can. Also, on the reserve we have Chelsea Green, the WWE Women's United States Champion. Let's just face it, every team, she's a huge Toronto Raptors fan. Every team has that player where they go in there and they just take falls, and you need to have somebody in there who's really good at flopping. And nobody's a better complainer in the WWE than Chelsea Green. No, I'm just kidding. I bet she could score a bucket. Obviously athletic as hell. If you're a WWE superstar, and the way she's been within the wrestling independent circuits, there's no doubt in my mind she could score a bucket. But we kind of have her as that person to kind of flop a little bit, and that. Next we have Bianca Belair. She's also had some athletic background. She's a very accomplished track and field star. So definitely, she's going to be on the team 1,010%. And then we have a couple of honorable mentions. Obviously, can't have everybody on the team. We have Tiffany Stratton, the WWE Women's Champion, obviously on the U.S. Olympic team, athletic background. She could probably score a bucket. Next, we have Rhea Ripley, the WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion. I feel like she would just be an absolute dominating piece in the offense. Everybody needs that enforcer. The Bulls had Dennis Rodman. The early Lakers had not Trevor Ariza. I think it was Matt Barnes. And now you have it on the Golden State Warriors with Draymond Green. I feel like she would be an awesome, like she would just get under the skin and she would just be like kind of play bully ball a little bit. And she can kick some ass and take names. Maybe get a couple of technicals, but she would make sure that the other team would not even dare to mess with the other players. Kind of like the enforcer on the team. So that's my women's basketball team. Fantasy basketball team made up of nothing but WWE women's superstars. So if you definitely think that they could, at least win one game, make sure you drop it inside the comments. Or if you think I'm absolutely bonkers and I'm like, obviously, it's always fun to kind of have fun little segments. All right, guys. So, hey, that is it for me. Hopefully you guys had a great time watching the show. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you guys are gearing up for an amazing, fun week with the Fam Bam living out here in Southern California. We're actually heading toward a cold front. No, I hate the cold weather. I hate rain. I don't like rain. I got to be honest. I don't like it. Definitely not 1,010%. I'm a guy who, outside it's 113 degrees outside. I'm that type of person. So yeah, the cold is it's not my style. Not my style. All right, guys. So without further ado, if I have not made you a wrestling fan by now, check out all the other podcasts. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter /X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok for more content and updates. So hope you guys have an amazing week. Can't wait to see you next week. Stay beautiful, but most importantly, love you.